All right. What are you doing? Good morning. Welcome, May 28th, CONFAB. Glad to have you here with us. Hope you all enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. And boy, it's a beautiful morning out this morning. So hope you all been out to enjoy it or will get out this afternoon. So, here's our rebroadcast schedule for Channel 971 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can also go to the resident website anytime you would like. Call-in number is 6304. And catch me at my best. We do not have Rodney here, but story goes Rodney is in security and works later. Rodney was working a limbo 12-hour shift one evening. During his 9 p.m. round, he noticed a vehicle that had broken down on campus. The gentleman was here to pick up his grandmother. Rodney put his thinking cap on, helped repair the vehicle, get it running again, and got them back on the road. Rodney Jefferson, congratulations. Jeff back there is especially happy. All right, moving on. I think we have Lori to come up. Introduction. Wait, is there? You have it on. Is it plugged in? And you've got the thing plugged in, right? Hit enter before you leave.
Okay. Good morning. I just wanted to introduce Lindsay Camden. She was promoted actually to Trish Chapman's position to the Health Services Admissions Coordinator. So if anybody has any questions about assistant living or coming over for short-term rehab, you can call Lindsay and ask her any questions, and certainly Lisa Martin as well. So just wanted to let you know. Anything? Any questions? Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, I don't follow directions really well.
Good morning. I just have a few things from the Resident Life office. We're currently scheduling a new resident program along with a wine and cheese reception for sometime in July. So more to come out on that soon. You'll see that in the newsletter. And then this summer, we will be holding our annual transition series where department heads present on the ins and outs of transitioning throughout our continuum of care, whether it be going to healthcare or assisted living. And if you have not attended this series, I highly recommend it for better understanding of what our community offers as you age in place. And then lastly, a physician member of our Health Support Services Committee has requested that I remind residents to give the clinic your updated medical information. While this is not a requirement, it is helpful in the event that our staff have to respond to a possible emergency in your apartment or cottage. So again, it's not required, but we do ask that you keep us updated. Any questions?
All right, good morning. Moving right along this morning. Jeffrey, where's Jeffrey hiding? All right, come up here real quick. All right, before we get on to a package room change, I'd like to take a moment to say that the Brookhaven residents on June 4th and 5th, we're going to be putting in a new base to the trash chute. So that trash chute will be shut down for a couple of days. You will get more information as we get closer. And then on June 7th, which I believe is next Friday, we're going to try to, a different contractor, do some pressure washing in the front of the main entrance, try and get that area cleaned up. So the area around the vestibule, the alcoves there, and then down in front of marketing, and then over where the golf carts are, we're going to try to get that cleaned up and try and get that area looking much better. So, all right, moving on to package pickup room. Yeah, all right. A lot of discussion on this, and we're going to be showing some pictures in just a second here. This is the entrance. Everyone knows exactly where it is. You see where the storage area is for the carts going into Brookhaven building. That was the former employee workroom. Now it's going to be the package room, and signs are on order for that room. All right, once you're inside, we'll start on the left-hand side first. The left side of that picture is going to be for the larger packages, just that one shelf. And each area is going to be labeled with a sign above it: Brookhaven, Creekside, Woods Edge, and Riverside. They'll all be stored in those areas. On the right-hand side, you will see 2 shelves. That's going to be the smaller packages. Okay, and then even for the smaller packages like envelopes, etc., Jeff and his team will have the bins there, and they'll be marked like Brookhaven A through M. He's going to go through a process here for you in just a few seconds. But that's what's going to be set up. The room's going to be open. You can come in there anytime and check it out. All right, so I'm going to turn this over to Jeffrey now. He's going to go through the whole process. Just want to take a moment to thank him and his team for the last several years. It seems like we've got a bunch of new packages coming in daily. They've handled hundreds and hundreds of these packages without major problems at all, and we appreciate his team doing that and your input on this process as well. So I'm going to give it to Jeff.
Good morning, Westminster, Canterbury. How are y'all this morning? All right, good morning, everyone. How are y'all? I'm going to talk about packages real briefly this morning. It's going to make our lives and your lives a lot easier with this process on a daily basis. I'd say anywhere from 60 to 100 now is the average. This thing on. That's when I first 15 to 20 packages a day when I first started here, and so now, as you can tell, that's quite a considerable amount. Can't hear me? Y'all hear me now? Okay, good. All right. Don't eat it. Don't eat the microphone. All right. So one thing we're going to have to do, because not everybody's on the same page as far as like tracking their packages on FedEx.com or U.S. Postal Service, we're still going to have to process these packages, and that takes some time. We have 3 different carriers, of course: FedEx, UPS, and the Postal Service. They all come at different times during the day, so that's still going to be a process. My big thing is, please do not come to the front desk or call the front desk about your packages. We're still going to call everybody once the process is done, and we have everything. It's going to be in alphabetical order. Everything's going to be in the package room in alphabetical order. We'll go down the list, call each building, each resident, leave you a voicemail, talk to you personally like we always have done. That way you know that. Now, if you want to go back and forth to that package room 100 times a day and look for that package because it says it's here, feel free. But I'd let you know that my staff is taking their time with everything else that they have going on to process those packages. All right? Like they said, the fob use, that's way. Mike's working on that today. Actually, that's going to be a free open, so you can come and go as you please. Of course, it'll be open 24/7. There is a security camera in there also. In case any kind of mishaps happen, somebody grabs the wrong package or anything. But everything will be in alphabetical order. Like I said, like Ted said, the smaller packages, envelopes, will all be in those bins, all in alphabetical order. Any questions? I will be there as a tour guide the first couple of weeks to get everybody orientated to what we're doing. So, good? You got? Oh, yes. Yeah, large pack. Oh, yeah, large will still be continued to be delivered. We get these 85-pound Chewy boxes. We'll still get those to you. We kind of know who we deliver to, things that need to be delivered. We kept behind the desk as well as floral arrangements. Like I said, pay attention to what you're taking. If Bobby picks the package up, just leave it, because people get confused and they forget and they leave it in there 2 days. And then Susie's looking for her package. So just get your own and have a good day. Prescriptions, like I said, we'll still keep those at the front desk. And like I said, I will be there the first 2 or 3 weeks. Somebody will be in there to assist and direct you to what you need to do. Any questions? All right. It starts next Monday. Next Monday, the 3rd. All right.
Good morning. See if this works this morning. To give you, can you hear me now? Okay, I'm going to stand right here, just like this. I wanted to give you an update foundation. Angela, can you do the next slide? We have, as you all know, we do 3 fundraising appeals every year. The first one is in October, and we raise money for fellowship. The next one is usually February or March. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by this. February or March for employee education or employee assistance. The third one is usually for some programming. In the past, we've raised money for the Nature Trail. We've raised money for the Susan Carroll's Music Cares Fund. So this June, I'm going to be raising money for 2 funds that I wanted to share a little bit about those 2 this morning. We have received a letter next week, so it'll go out in early June. It'll give you some more details of these 2 funds, but I wanted to share a little bit this morning. Is that okay? Can you hear me? Okay. So the first, Angela, next. Oh, okay, thank you. So, the fund. Karen is nation. Mike. I know. Okay, this is so much better. Thank you. So the first fund I wanted to talk about is the Healthcare Enrichment Fund. And this is a fund that has existed before, but it was the Healthcare Activities Fund, and it was the Music and Memory Fund. So we combined those 2 funds together to create this new fund called the Healthcare Enrichment Fund. Those other 2 funds were a little narrower in their scope, and so this new fund gives us a lot more flexibility to provide more enrichment to all care areas. This fund really came about because of a very generous donation from former resident Margaret Waters. Her daughters wanted to create this fund in her memory. Margaret spent a lot of time, of course, taking advantage of the programs over in healthcare, and the daughters were so grateful for that kind of care that Margaret received, and so they started this new fund with a very generous gift. So this is one of the funds we're going to be raising money for in this June appeal. The next one, Angela, is the Garden Angels Fund. And so, of course, we all know about the Garden Angels, founded by Fran Albertson. Are there any Garden Angels here? I think I see a few of them. So these are the folks who have adopted areas around campus that they tend to. And I want to make sure you guys understand that we're raising money just for the Garden Angels Fund. The Westminster's landscaping budget comes out of buildings and grounds. Westminster pays for all those large landscaping projects. This is not this. This is strictly for the Garden Angels and for them to continue their work on all their little areas around campus that they tend to so lovingly. Here are some beautiful shots of their work, and I know we all enjoy these areas. So so you might say, okay, Marion, this is 2 appeals, and not just one. So I know all of you have your own philanthropic interest. Some are interested in healthcare, some might be interested in the Garden Fund. So we're asking you to consider supporting either one of these. When you get your letter next week, I think it'll make more sense to you. But we've had a great fundraising year so far. As we head into the last quarter, we really would appreciate ending on a high note with these two important initiatives. As always, we thank you for your support. Any questions? I'll be around after CONFAB if anybody has any questions. I'd love to share more information about these, or you can always come by the office after you get your letter next week if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, a few items to go through. Had a resident over the weekend who sent apparently some of you an email asking for a $300 Amazon gift card. Please don't get a gift card for that individual. We've talked about scams and different things like that, whether the individual's email's been hacked or not. Would just ask you to please be careful, both what happened over the weekend, some of you received emails, and just in general, emails, calls, things like that. We talk about that a lot, I think. There's going to be some sewer work the city is going to start doing starting tomorrow, May 29th. It's going to happen approximately for 4 weeks. It's Lynchburg Water Resources. They have some contractors. They're assessing several sanitary sewer pipes and manholes throughout the city. The fun stuff, 39,000 linear feet of pipage blockage assessment using acoustic technologies will be utilized. It's exciting. Plus, on top of that, GPS coordinated survey of 400 sewer manholes and video surveillance inspection of 150 more sewer manholes. Exciting stuff. So all that to say is they're going to be on our property on Westminster Way, on Williams Road, and on Bishop's Lane. You'll see field crews out assessing the sewer systems. There's no problem there other than looking and checking these out. Should be no disturbance to property or impacts to traffic. If you want to go to the website, we're talking everywhere from Bon Air Circle, Briarwood, Hilton Place, Humankind, Rusins, and a lot of other streets. So just know you'll start seeing them around over the next few weeks. Other things, little things, no news on Humankind right now with us and anything they are doing that we know of. Just checking in with Human Resources and Christine and her team this morning. There are basically, there's one posting for job openings here on campus. I say that because I stood up in front of you probably less than 2 years ago, and there were probably 33 openings at one point. So congrats to Christine, her team, all the other folks with hiring and getting us to where we are today. It takes a lot, and thank you. Bill Gale is working with Richard Tugman. Richard is the interim CEO of Centra right now, and trying to get him here for a talk for you here in this room where I believe, Bill, it would probably be just him talking about the state of Centra, talking about how they're trying to get the cancer center kind of back to where it used to be, things like property on Langern and other things Centra. So when that date is set, we are working with Centra right now to get them here. We'll let you know, but you'll have Richard Tugman here. We'll have a little QA session, I would think, at the end. And then package pickup. I heard a couple of groans behind me. That may have been from Lisa and Mary Ann, but change is not always fun. And I've said it before, with the amount of packages coming through here, we all know that just Amazon, Walmart, and everyone else, that this is just going to continue. And to try to have something better than 70 packages piled up in and around Yafet's area at the front desk and Holly is not the solution long term. So bear with us. It will not be perfect. Sorry, Jeff and Ted. Maybe it will, but we'll get through it, and we'll change as we need to try to make sure we get your packages to you as efficiently and securely as possible, and we will figure this out. So I do want to thank Ted and Jeff. A lot of work has gone into trying to figure out how to make this work, and getting all those bins set up and everything else has been a pretty good task back there. So look forward to seeing that next week, and we thank you. I think that is about all I have. Short report. Almost thought we could cancel today, but there were other things more important to talk about. So I'll open the floor to any questions right now. Come on, anyone have an easy one? Softball questions, we like them. All right. I appreciate your time today. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.